attempt to drag these over here. As you can see, I have two ginormous stacks full of books. I'm going to give you a book haul today. This has been a few months in the running. I didn't even really intro this video. Hi, my name is Reagan. Welcome to today's video. I normally do book content, and this is going to be another book video. I think this is going to be a part of my BOOKMAS. I'm attempting to do BOOKMAS the second half of December, just because it's exam season for me, and it's not something very accessible for me until like the 13th. This is, as you can tell, a collective book haul. I'm just going to tell you all the books I bought in the last few months. We're just gonna have a good time, talk about books, talk about my bad spending habits. So let's just get into the video. So the first questionable purchase I made includes these 4 books, and these are the Twilight books. I read these when I was in middle school. I gave my copies away because I was like, why will I ever need these? And then I decided, no, actually I want to own them. So I got them all off of thrift books. I have a link in my description if you'd like to check them out. I regret giving up my copies of Twilight because they were beat up. I read them like 3 or 4 times each, and that's why I bought them used. These aren't beat up, they're actually in really good quality, all 4 of them. I like the feeling of used books. The pages are slightly yellowed in comparison to like a new book. They just have some character, and I think the Twilight books deserve to have some character. As you can see, we have Twilight, we have New Moon, we have Eclipse, the third one. I attempted to rip off a sticker that was right here, and I did it very poorly. Breaking Dawn, the last one. I'm probably not going to be doing a reread of these anytime soon, but I did want to own them because they're a big part of my childhood. I think they were like $3 each, so really cheap. Yeah, I just love them. I love how they look on my shelves. I love having books that I read as a kid. Next, I bought another kind of strange purchase for me, but I did buy another book off of thrift books, The Jungle by Upton St. Clair. This is a classic that I've always wanted to read. I talked about it in my history class, was really interested in it then. I just never got myself a copy, and I think I got this for like $3, or maybe it was one of my free books. I honestly cannot remember. I actually bought 3 Abby Jimenez books in the past few months. I ended up accidentally reading Abby Jimenez's books out of order. I think I got all 3 of these from thrift books, and they actually all came in perfect condition, except for I dropped this one on the floor and it got messed up, so that's my own fault. I dropped it out of my car and it hit really hard on the pavement. I got these 3 from thrift books, which are Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I've actually read these 2, and I haven't read this one. I love Abby Jimenez's books. I love her writing. One of my favorites by her is Yours Truly, so I'm very excited to get to this last one, and she has a new release coming out in 2024. These are my next 3. Next, I have another thrift books purchase, and that is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I had watched the movie for Ready Player One a while ago, and I had always wanted to read the book. I'm a books before the movie kind of person normally, so I've always wanted to read the book. I ended up ordering it off of thrift books and then listening to it and reading it simultaneously, and it was really good. I have a wrap up on it, I believe. I think that might have been one of my free books as well. When you buy like a certain amount of books off of thrift books, you'll get a free book. It's always nice to get one of those free books. The last 2 books in the Briar U series, again, another purchase by thrift books. I did just notice that the dedication to this book was to Sarah J. Maas, which is interesting. But I have read this one, and this is the last one in the series that I haven't read yet. So I'm hoping to get to this one before the end of the year. They're different publishers. This was published by EKI, and then I think Elle Kennedy got picked up by another publisher, so Bloomsbury. Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. This is the first book in the Brutal Birthright series. I've heard very good things. I really like this cover with the little strawberries on it. My sister actually read this and really enjoyed it, so that is a mark of a good fast-paced read because she doesn't tend to finish the book she starts very often. Definitely excited to get into this, but it is a long series, so I am a little nervous. I bought the first book in Lauren Asher's new series, which is Love Redesigned, the Lakefront Billionaires series. I also already read this. It was in my November wrap-up. A lot of good illustrations. We even have a little map in here. Very happy with that. Can't wait to continue that series. I also bought the paperback edition of Divine Rivals. I'm really hoping I can get the paperback edition of the next book coming out. I did read this. I read it in October, I believe. It wasn't my favorite, but I'm definitely going to be continuing on with the series just because I think the second one's going to hold my attention a little better. But I know a lot of people people love this, and I really enjoyed the cover, the UK paperback edition. So I'm glad I got my hands on this, because even if it wasn't my favorite book, I really do love the cover. Maybe the next one in the series will be for me. I also this past month received an ARC for Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff. This is the second book in the Empire of the Vampire series. Is that what it's called? I haven't read the first one in the series, but I did receive this ARC from Goodreads. I've heard very good things about J. Kristoff's fantasy works. I haven't read any of them yet. This is a nice, like, gloriously floppy paperback, and I'm loving it, so I can't wait to read the first one. They are on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm planning on reading the first one on Kindle Unlimited and then reading this one before it comes out. It is supposed to be released of 2024, March 12th. It came really fast too, which I wasn't expecting. I bought the first book in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I also read this in November, and it was really good. I'm planning on buying the rest of the series as well. I definitely like this better than the Inheritance games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, so I am excited to continue the rest of the series. I read this in like one sitting in one night. The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. I got this also off of Thrift Books. I think this is somehow related to Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter, which I have read and I did enjoy. Her rom-coms just go really quick. The next two series in the Kings of Sin series, which is King of Pride and King of Greed, both by Anne Huang. I have read King of Pride, but I have not yet read King of Greed. I would say King of Pride has been my least favorite of the series so far. I did wish I got the darker spine for the second one, but it's okay. The Imperium series. So I did pick up 2 copies of Fourth Wing. I picked up the original copy, but no sprayed edges, and then I picked up the holiday edition of Fourth Wing. This one is gorgeous. I thought I was going to regret my purchase at first, but I definitely don't. If you have not watched my videos on Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, you definitely should. This book changed my life. It was one of the best books I've read in a while, and it made me remember why I read. It was so good. And then I also picked up Iron Flame, but I'm letting my friend borrow it, so I don't have the current physical book, but I do have the dust jacket. So if you want to see the dust jacket, here it is. I read this one also. I have another video out on it. Wildfire by Hannah Grace. The first book is Icebreaker. I really enjoyed this. I read this as well in November. It was a super fun read. I always love the covers, and the third one, Daydream, is coming out next year, and I've pre-ordered it. I'm so excited to receive it. I think it's gonna be my favorite, but I love this series. So glad I bought a copy. I also bought Ali Hazelwood's new release, which is Check and Mate. I've heard mixed reviews on this one, but the cover is gorgeous. I will read anything Ali Hazelwood writes. YA is typically not one of my favorite age groups to read romance in. Even if it's not my favorite, I'll still be happy to read it and happy to own it. I purchased The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This is a book that I've been seeing go around everywhere on social media, and everyone's been giving it 5 stars. It's supposed to be like a romance, literary fiction, magical realism type book, and I'm just intrigued because of all the amazing ratings. Forget Me Not by Julia Soto. I bought it originally for the cover, which I had been seeing everywhere. I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite, but I'm glad to own it because of how pretty it is. I bought Hunt on Dark Waters by Katie Robert. I've read many of Katie Robert's books. This is a short little book. It sounds to be like a fantasy pirate vampire-ish series. I've read the Dark Olympus series by her, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm happy to get to this one. I also bought another book by Elle Kennedy. I bought The Graham Effect, which is her newest release in the off-campus universe. It is about Garrett Graham's daughter, and he is the main character in the first book in the off-campus series. This is a chunkier one, but I've heard really good things. Steph on YouTube recommended it. I said that like we're mutuals, but I admire her so much. Watched her read it in one of her vlogs, and she really enjoyed it, so I had to pick it up, and I'm about to finish our U series, so what better to have than the next book to go right into. Next, we have a little stack of holiday reads that I've picked up. So I have 2 witchy books that were for around Halloween time. I have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, and I read this and gave it 3 stars around the Halloween season. It was super cute, super fun, definitely a good read for that time of year if you're interested. And I also got A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. I actually did not end up reading this during this season, but I'm excited to have it for next season. I've heard a lot of good things. Sorry if the lighting's changing. It's been like rainy, so it was kind of gray, and we had like cooler lighting, and then the sun came out, and now it's getting a little bit brighter. So sorry if the lighting is like all over the place in this video, and now a cloud is coming back out, so we're back to cloudy. Then we have some Christmas reads. A Merry Little Meet Cute, Love Light Farms, Tessa Bailey's new release, Wreck the Halls, and Lucy Scores the Christmas Fix. So these are 4 books I bought for this holiday season. I've actually read 2 out of the 4. I've read A Merry Little Meet Cute and I've read Christmas Fix. Both of these I would totally recommend for this holiday season. This is like a home renovation TV show star ex a grumpy town manager, and this is an adult film star ex a retired bad boy band member. So both very fun tropes. Tessa Bailey's new release, Wreck the Halls. I have not read this yet. I've heard a few mixed reviews, if I'm being honest. I'm hoping to really enjoy this one as well. I love the cover. You can see like Rockefeller Center right in there. We also have Love Light Farms by B.K. Borson. I've heard great things. This seems to be everyone's favorite holiday read. Friends to lovers, Christmas tree farm. Yeah, 2 best friends fake date to reach their holiday happily ever after in this first romantic comedy in the Love Light series. Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home. This is by Jessa Hastings. This is the 3rd book in the Magnolia Parks universe and the 2nd Magnolia Parks book. I bought this because I was on a scramble to find these covers before they went out. I got 3 except for one, and my favorite one, which was the last one, but that's okay. I'll find it eventually in some time in my life if I am meant to. I've read the 1st book in the Magnolia Parks series, but I've yet to finish it out. I just wanted to own these covers. Like, they are gorgeous. So I'm glad I own this one. This is the UK paperback, so it's a different size than my normal US paperback, but that's okay. I don't even care about the sizes as long as I have the covers. I don't even mind as long as I have this beautiful book. And then the last book in this haul I actually bought today, which is going to be Never by Jessa. This is my favorite cover I think she's ever released. This is gorgeous. Peter Pan was one of my favorite childhood fairy tales, childhood movies. It is problematic, but we're going to acknowledge it and move on. But it was one of my favorite childhood movies and favorite childhood stories. I love Peter Pan by Jan Barry. I've read it twice now, and I'm so excited to get into this. Look at that beautiful, gorgeous cover. It is my favorite cover that Jessa has released, and I'm so excited for this story. I love a Peter Pan retelling. It's one of my favorite stories to retell in books, and I just cannot wait to get to this one. That is the last of my book haul. Oh my god, that was a lot. Let me count real quick. I have 36 books here. I love buying books. It's my 2nd hobby after reading books. Maybe even my 1st hobby if I'm being honest, because I've bought more books than I've read. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I'm so glad you've made it this far. If you have, please comment the book emoji down below because how fitting, right? Go follow my socials down in the description. Go check out my thrift books link down in the description as well. And go check out any of my other videos. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.